Hey everyone, and welcome back to TwoWheelTom. Now, I put out a review of the WH05DAT Armored hoodie. Oof, I have no idea when it was. It must have been like 6 months ago. Admittedly, I'm recording this sort of recording, like outside, no access to a computer, nothing like that. So you might hear some birds chirping, which is very suiting for the fact that I'm in, you're seeing a video of me on a motorbike, which, yeah, contradictory, but there we go. So yeah, I put some comments together, and obviously, that's my most viewed video of like 200 views. So I thought, hey, might jump on the ante there, because yeah, it's a product that hasn't actually been reviewed. It's sort of just gaining traction. It's popular. They've got like a good TikTok marketing department, and I'm all for it, and all the rest of it. So I just thought, I'd present you my long-term review with my 2 cents. Yeah, so I mean, initially I got the hoodie, and it was, great, fitted well, all the rest of it, and it was good, comfortable, and you get what you pay for. It's decent quality and all the rest of it. I will say, with that first hoodie, I'd hung it up a few times, or whatever, treated it how I should have with the guidance, instructions, cleaning, and all the rest of it. But some of the seams are starting to come apart. The stitching was not as secure as I would have liked, and I think because I'd used the storm cuff, where they've got like a hole to put your thumb through and keep the cuffs up, because I'd used that, and obviously in windier conditions they'll pull about. The stitching had come loose, so I'd written genuinely an honest review, both on their website and obviously on the channel. And they got back to me on the review, and just to sort of preface this by saying, I've bought this hoodie with my own money. No one's contacted me, or WH05DAT definitely hasn't contacted me to write up my personal thoughts. I just thought, I'd do it because I want to be honest. It's an honest review. It's a long-term review, and I've owned this for, I think it's coming up to a year now, right? So I've got some things to say about it. First off, great hoodie, genuinely. So after I had written my review, I chatted with, I think his name was Cammy, off the top of my head. Anyway, yeah, stand-up bloke. As he said, it's literally, while it's a faceless guy, it's just, as I understand it, him and his wife, doing this little business. And they're doing quite well, because they've got, a whole armoured range with cargo trousers and and I think they have a soft shell jacket now, which so yeah, I mean they've got good products, and their range is increasing, so brilliant, great, I'm all for it. So yeah, so they'd gotten back to me, and they'd sent out a second version where the sort of stitching materials were a little bit redone, revamped, and a lot better. So I'm actually speaking about it as I'm wearing this hoodie, because I've ridden out to this lake, and I'm very happy with it. Genuinely very happy with it. I think as a what I will say is it's a heavy garment, and I think it's a lot more for sort of the summer riding and all of that, because above 60 mile an hour in the winter, the cold just blows right through you, and it's awful. And that's not the garment's fault, it's designed as a summer thing. Even so, and it's really great, really airy when you're up to speed. Obviously it's a bit more stuffier if you're just sort of wearing it around casually on a hot day, as I am now. But genuinely, I've been very happy with it. I have faced none of the sort of stitching problems that I had previously, and yeah, I mean, genuinely all round no complaints. What I will say is that there is a few things that I think I'd quite, well, I'd suggest as to improvements. I think I have quite big meat paws for hands, right? Which means that I think it's like a Pro Max iPhone, which is quite a big size. I don't know how to translate that into Android nonsense, but size-wise. But generally, what it means is that my phone I can't put that into like the front pockets, and then it has to go inside the back, which is, you know, a minor thing, but it just means I have to sort of, it's not as easily accessible as I'd like it to be. But you know, that's by the by. Another small suggestion I might have is I'd actually quite enjoy for the armour to be removable. I mean, the back protector is, and it's good that it comes with, you know, the CE level 2 certified stuff, and all the rest of it. But you know, this is a product that I'm very happy with, and I intend to be riding for years. And as such, you know, I've looked up things such as like the D30 armour plating, and I would have liked to swap it out for that, you know. So if they had maybe come out with a redesign where, you know, you could access the shoulders and the elbows to replace those, because it's only the back armour padding, I guess, that is replaceable there. But otherwise, genuinely, I'm very happy with this hoodie. It's chunky, it's good quality all round, and I've had no complaints. I will preface this by saying the second version of the hoodie, I'd first bought the sort of reflective version, and I'd asked to have it swapped out for the sort of stealth option, I guess. So perhaps these changes have only happened to the stealth option, but I doubt that. But you know, obviously I can't say with 100% certainty, because that's not something that I have available to me. But yeah, I mean, generally this garment and this company, I think, are quite trustworthy, quite good, and they're sort of, you know, quite provocative with their marketing. I think they've just put out a stunt where they had their guy, you know, sliding around and tugged on the asphalt wearing, you know, their cargo trousers. So I suppose those will be pretty good as well. But yeah, genuinely, I'm very quite happy with this. You know, I think to keep in mind as a summer, you know, option, it is great. It's not waterproof, and that's the only, I guess, sort of complaint that I might have, is that you know, it might be nice to have something more waterproof, but they do have that soft shell jacket that I've mentioned earlier after sort of that first review. So yeah, genuinely, I'm very happy with it all round. You know, I'll be using it all through summer, and I think if anything changes, definitely make sure to check out the comments below. But yeah, I hope you enjoyed this review and found it useful, and I hope to see you guys in the next video.